I'll just make you. Right, welcome everyone to Express Chair Yoga with Elizabeth. My name's Ran Harris, one of the hosts, Reclink Connect. Everyone, please look after yourself in the room, go at your own pace. I'm sure Elizabeth will give you the necessary instructions. And before we get started, I'd just like to acknowledge the Wadawurrung as the traditional owners of the land that I reside on. So without any further ado, I'll hand it over to Elizabeth.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ran. Good afternoon. Welcome to Express Chair Yoga. Obviously, you're seated in your chair. I would like you to heel toe your feet out as wide as you can. So getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh and the outside of the knees. Let's bring the hands into prayer. So you can have them at eye level, chest level, or even a little bit lower. And you can drop the elbows down. It can be up higher, in between, or a lot lower down. Just depends on what's going on in your shoulders and in your wrists. I want you to, inviting you to push your palms and wrists in towards the left and right hand. So you're just activating the shoulders. Lift the chin up a little bit. Try not to tense the shoulders though, and push into the floor as well as your hands. Just pushing against what's in front. So the feet to the floor, one hand to the other hand. And then release. Let the hands go down by the side with your palms facing upward. We're going to breathe in and bring the hands above the head. Bring them into prayer and then exhale. Draw those palms down the midline of your body or through the center of your body, and then release the hands down by the side. Breath in, looking up, and then exhale. Lift the palms in towards each other and then release down by the side of your legs and flow. So I don't need you to keep up with me. I just want you to keep up with your own breath and your own movement and flow of your arms and shoulders through that upper body. You can look up through the ceiling or just gaze straight ahead, and occasionally inviting you to push the soles of your feet, a back line of your feet into the floor, and then releasing. So flowing, meeting the palms through prayer hands, lifting and always exhaling when you bring the arms or the body downward. Here we go, flowing. And then next time you bring the hands to prayer and they come sort of in front of your chest or a little bit lower down, let's then push the hands back up towards the ceiling with the gaze up towards the ceiling or in front, and reverse the flow. So feeling those hands come down towards the floor beneath you, pushing up off the seat, extending upwards and then drawing down with the hands. Nice chest, heart opening pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Two more flows. Last flow. And then bring those hands back on top of your knees. Let's heel toe the feet or shuffle them back so they kind of meet each other, as do your knees. You can have a little gap apart if that feels more comfortable for you. We're going to come into a twist so that we can come over that abdominal area and twist to left and right and something in between. So bring those hands back to prayer like how we started. I want you to come forward over those hips and thighs. Now maybe a little bit higher, maybe a lot lower, maybe able to come further down. And I'm going to take that right elbow to the top of the right knee or in between, or the left, or to the outside of the left knee. Now that left elbow can lift up in the air, or you can drop it down. The gaze can be at the toes, the fingertips, or maybe even a spot behind you. So noticing where that twist is. And I forgot to mention, you can also take the elbow off the thigh knee area and twist higher and drop the hands down lower. So see where you need to be to enjoy that twist. There's no right or wrong place. It's just your place. Inviting you to breathe in through your nostrils and out through the nostrils, ideally or mouth. So we'll stay here for 4 more cycles of your breath. See if you can count the next 3 to 4 cycles of breath here. And on that next exhalation, I may be a little bit quicker than you, just keep up with yourself. Lift the elbow, or if you're already upright, come back to center with those palms in the sternum area, yeah? Sort of the midline of your body. Taking a breath in, then we're going to exhale and come forward over the hips and knees, or stay up higher if that feels better for you. Taking my left elbow on top of the left knee, in between, or the outside, or even having it higher up. Now, if you're lower down, you may be able to lift the right elbow in the air. Again, modify to suit where you need to be this afternoon. Where is your gaze? And breathe and relax into that twist. Take a slower breath in through the nostrils and a slower breath out. Nowhere to go, nowhere else to be except right here up on our chair, in the space that you occupy. And 3 more cycles of breath here. Take your time with your slow and easy breathing. Noticing the benefits or feeling the benefits of this twist wherever you are. And release. Bring the hands back to kind of center line and in towards you, and then release the hands just down by the side. Just going to walk my feet out a little bit wide apart. I'm going to come more forward onto, not right on the edge of the chair, but more towards the center and somewhat more forward. I'm going to do some upper arm movements. So in my walk this morning, I do upper arm movements as I'm walking up the street. So I'm going to take your hand, I'm inviting you to take your hands above the head. The elbows can be bent, they can be lower down, they can be extended as high as you like. Okay, so we've got a couple of options. Yeah, puppy dog or more V with the palms facing each other, either, all right? And then from here, we are going to bring the hands down by the side and then bring them back up to prayer. So we're just releasing and touching. You might even clap 1, 2, or 3 times. You might keep your gaze up at the ceiling, or the gaze lower down towards the floor. Breath in and breath out, and you can slow this down so you're keeping up with your own rhythmic breathing. Got about 5 more to go. It's 4. That will be 3, thereabouts. 2, and then 1. And keep the hands up, bend them into puppy dog arms, yeah? So what I want us to do now is we're going to take this right hand, forearm and elbow, and we're going to bring it forward on a bit of a diagonal. And when you do that, you'll notice that the left arm shoulder will draw back. Now, depending on the mobility in your shoulder, it may not go in that kind of diagonal. It might be more in front. So we're just going to move the elbows, arms, shoulders, one forward and one back. And you'll find that you might be swiveling through your bottom on the chair. Enjoy that. I've got a blanket under my chair because I have a metal chair and it's a bit cold. And again, you can come up higher with the elbows, or you can be a lot more lower and make smaller movements. Keep that breath awareness. Notice when you're breathing in and out. Feel the weight of your feet into the floor. We are twisting. whether we're coming up high, in the middle, or lower down. Somewhere else in between. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. And then release the hands down by the side. If they're feeling a little bit heavy and feel like you bit of a, not so much a burning sensation or energy, just take the right hand to the left shoulder, tricep, bicep, give it a massage, swap over to the other side, just making contact with that part of your body. And release. So let us take our palms on top of our thighs with our hands and just slide our hands up and down the thighs. Just sliding the palms, back line of the fingers, up and down the legs. So from thigh to knee and back. And then come forward, slide from knee down to shin or maybe it's ankle. Just through that lower part of our legs, knee to shin or knee to ankle. And then we are going to see if we can reach down to our ankles or the tops of our feet or our toes. So if you've got a pillow or book, what else could you have? Pillow, book, or something else to rest your fingers if the floor feels too far away. If none of that lower part is for you, just bring the elbows to the knees and interlock your hands. Okay? And you can keep the gaze looking up at the ceiling. It's a beautiful stretch for the back of the neck and head. You can close the eyes down, or you can draw the chin into your chest. Or just release the crown of the head with the chin not tucking in towards the floor. So in a nice seated forward fold. You might be feeling that stretch in the lower back and the lower vertebrae. Allow your hands to really sink into the support that you're using through your limbs or the floor or the pillow or book or something else. And gently move your neck and head from one side to the other. Go as slow as you need to go. You might notice some crinkling of tissues and bones through the neck. That's okay. It's just acknowledging that we have them. This might be a way of just releasing any tension that you're holding in the neck and back of the head. And release. Bring that gaze sort of back to center. Slide or glide your hands up your shins if you were lower down there. Then bring yourself slowly up. Just take your time. I think I may have come a bit too quick. With the head coming up last. Keep the eyes closed or open them. Just going to now work into our hips and a bit of strength in the upper body. So a couple of options. You can come onto the ball of your right foot and bring your hand around the kneecap. Interlock the fingers. From here, you can lift that leg up. You might need the support if the floor feels too far away to come onto more the ball of the foot. If you're able to lift that thigh and knee towards you, just hold that here. We call it folded pose. It's a nice one to do on your bed with the other leg extended out, otherwise known as wind relieving pose. If you're feeling a bit gassy, it's a great posture to do. If you've got the strength and mobility, you can extend the left hand out. You can gaze towards that left hand or other way around, opposite side, and then take some ankle rotation. So if you're supported by the floor, it'd be just dropping the heel and then lifting more onto the ball of the foot, even if they're small movements. then point and flex. And for those that want to go further, you can pistol grab the big toe, pistol grip, and extend that leg out. So this is done a lot standing in a traditional yoga class. Yeah. So wherever that is for you. And sometimes people need 2 hands to hold up their leg, or 1 hand at the back of the knee. Lots of options here. And if we gently take that knee from side to side, even if it's supported by the floor, or you've got both hands or 1 hand, we're just gently doing some hip openers here. It's great if you've been sitting in a chair a lot and standing. And release. Just bring that foot back down to the floor. Before we move on to the other side, I'd just like to do some chair running. So I'm inviting you to just run up and down wherever you're seated. Be flat-footed, be running on the heels or the balls of your feet. Your hands be moving up and down by the side, or up in the air, or out to the side, or down by the side, wherever you feel like taking your hands. You might hear I've got different sounds because I'm running in different parts on different parts of my feet. Heels at the moment, flat-footed, then on the balls of my feet. Run out, and you can run in. Yeah. See how that feels. You can even jump with 2 feet together at the same time. Probably got another 15 seconds to go. You can do a little bit of a sprint. Right in your chair. This raises the pulse and the heartbeat. About 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little rest. Just connecting with that breath of yours. Just notice how you're feeling. Sometimes I do that for 2 minutes when I teach in-house and other chair yoga classes. I've got a bit more time, but let's swing over to the other side. So again, use support if you need to bring that floor up a little bit higher. But you can bring your hands around your knees and rest the ball of your foot on the floor or a pillow or other prop. You can also lift that knee up with 2 hands. If it feels okay, extending the right hand out to the side, and then pistol grip that toe is another option. So lots of places to go to, or maybe there's an in-between place for you. Holding into that folded pose. Just relaxing the shoulder and the side of the neck. And we're going to point and flex a couple of times. You can do that when you've got your foot on the floor. And then we're going to take some ankle rotations, which you can probably do too if your foot is supported on the floor. Yeah, it feels different, but feels good too. Just make sure that you go the other way. And release. Just being in a folded pose, a wing relieving pose, a little bit longer. And then release. Bring the foot back down to the floor. And then sitting more into the back of the support of your chair. We're just going to take the gaze a little bit higher. So whether you're looking right up at the ceiling, resting your hands on top of your thighs or down by the side, or dropping the head all the way back. And then from here, we're just going to come forward and draw the chin into the chest or thereabouts, and then release. So just do this in your own time, knowing how far back you can go. Beautiful stretch for the throat area. Notice the throat chakra here. Area of communication, and the back of the neck, which is the kind of like the support of the throat as well. 2 more flows. And release. Let's bring our palms, turn them upwards, just rest them somewhere along the thighs. Close your eyes down. And with your thumb, inviting you just to tap along the tips of your fingers. You're just running up and down your fingertips using the thumb. So going nice and slow, or with a little bit more momentum. You can open eyes to watch this, or you can do it with your eyes closed if it feels comfortable. Doesn't matter if you're going fingertip or if you're starting with pointer finger. Yeah. Just a few more times. And release. So bring one hand to belly, one hand to heart space, or both hands to belly, or somewhere else if that doesn't feel comfortable for you. And feel the weight of your feet into the floor beneath you, your bottom and sit bones into the chair. Wherever you've got your hands connected, just gently press and move around in that particular area or area. And just inviting you to say to yourself internally or out loud something that you're looking forward to, just one thing. And take that into your Om as we finish our practice, taking a breath in together. Om. Wonderful. Thanks for practicing chair yoga. See you next Tuesday. Enjoy this beautiful autumn day where I'm in Newcastle and wherever you are. Till next time. See you later.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Ron.